But this situation is so funny. Everything around the Justine Pissott situation since joining the Aces. So, if you guys have not seen, Justine Pissott hasn't really been up to much. She's not really cracking the rotation for the Aces. She's had a couple of games where she's done all right. She's shooting 44% from three. She's getting a lot of threes up. She's 2 of 4 in her last 2 games. But, like, she's been okay. And she obviously had that first breakout game. But you've got people that don't understand basketball, like, that are out here hate watching a end of bench rookie and not realizing what exactly Justine Pissott is for the Aces and what exactly Justine Pissott, why the Fever got rid of Justine Pissott. If we're being real, Justine Pissott was not going to help the Fever win this year. And that is why the Fever got rid of her. The Fever got rid of her for vibes because they like dance. You can hear that with Stephanie White being like, oh, it's going to be so tough losing Dantas. She's a connector. Okay, cool. They got rid of her because Dantas was there for vibes. But Justine Pissott is the equivalent, like giving up on Justine Pissott is the equivalent of having, I'm just trying to think in the NBA, are there any you can think of that are like these hyper athletic freak players you have, and you know they're gonna be good in like 2 or 3 years, but you're not, whatever you do, you're not getting rid of them. They might average 4 points per game they might average like nothing as a rookie, but like they don't care. We're keeping them no matter what. Like, I think Siakam, for me, Pascal Siakam is a good example, because if you know anything about Pascal Siakam in Toronto, I know the team was tanking, so it's a different scenario. But like Siakam averaged like 4 points per game on hilariously bad shooting and was awful. He was awful. But everyone knew, no matter what happened. No, I mean hyper athletic players that aren't ready to play yet, or like players that you just aren't ready to play yet, but you know we're going to be good and the team's not giving up on them. It kind of reminds me of like a Siakam type thing where it's like, is she ready yet? No. She is 6'4", super long, and shoots the shit out of the ball. At some stage in her rookie year, it's going to click. She has got 3 to 4 years to develop, and she was a player who really only came into her own as a senior. She's got 3 to 4 years to develop. If I'm her, because she projects to be a role player, I'm getting overseas. I'm getting to Europe. And I'm trying to carve myself out. I'm trying to, if by next season you become Chloe Bibby, like I'm getting to Europe where I'm going to have to play reps at the 5. And I'm going to have to learn how to be an interior defender, which she's not right now. She's going to have to learn to be an interior defender. But if we're being real, Justine Pissott would have been a key part to the Fever long term. She would have been. Like 6'4" snipers don't grow on trees. They just don't. Like it is such a rare archetype that the Chicago Sky are perfectly fine with their 6'4" shooter going to college next year so that they get her in 4 years' time. They are perfectly fine with their top 10 pick from 2025 going to college and basically redshirting her like for 4 years. KK is another example. KK is a different type of player, but like KK clearly was not ready last year. I thought KK was garbage in Europe. And what KK has been doing this year, like KK's pushing to start. KK's really pushing to start. And KK was not good enough to play last year. she was not good enough really to play. And that is the thing where it's like, she is in and out, like she is borderline in the Aces rotation. She's not far off the Aces rotation, who are one of the best teams in the league. Obviously, Becky Hammon is not a player who plays rookies. She's going to be in the Aces rotation next year. And the odds of her, there is a non-zero chance she starts next year. Depending on how her development is, she might start. And she's 6'4". If she learns to play power forward, like, let's be real, she's a real good shot blocker. She's a real good shot blocker for a wing. We saw it in preseason. We've seen it in a few clips. She is a good shot blocker. So if she ends up getting some lower body strength, has any ability to guard the 4, and gets a little bit better defensive IQ wise and gets a little bit smarter on the floor, this is a $1 million player who you could have got for $290K. And the Fever said, nah. For me, there was no excuse. There was no excuse for Van Slooten over. I don't care if Van Slooten plays better at practice. I don't care. It's not 2025. At the pro level, it is about transferable skills. It is about you have to look long term. You have to see what's going to transfer and what isn't going to transfer. You can't just say, look, this player is good. Why are they good? They went to South Carolina. You know, they played for a good college. We like their college coach. It's not 2005 anymore. Other teams are smarter, and you got fucking duped by one of the dumbest teams, front offices in the WNBA, in the Aces. How the fuck did you get duped by one of the dumbest front offices in the league? Like, the Aces are incredibly bad franchise. They literally refuse to scout overseas. Like, it is a known thing that they refuse to scout overseas. They are like... And you got fucking duped by them. You got duped by them. And by the way, I don't think you'll realize, she would be a Minnesota Lynx, by the way. Like, I'm like, with the way the Lynx were doing things, if Chloe Bibby, if she was still there during the Chloe Bibby situation, she would be a member of the Minnesota Lynx right now. Because you better believe the Minnesota Lynx would be smart. Especially because I don't know how much they're going to play to Chloe Bibby. And basically sign Chloe Bibby. But younger. Chloe Bibby with more potential. It is what it is. And people who scout overseas other than the Valks, the Mercury scout overseas made the final last year, the Aces scout, or not the Aces, the Lynx scout overseas, the Liberty scout overseas, the Sun scout overseas, the Dallas Wings scout overseas, the Atlanta Dream scout overseas, the Washington Mystics scout overseas. Shout out Alicia Flores. The Portland Fire were scouting overseas. I don't know about the tempo. I'm guessing if Seattle Storm took Awafam, they're probably looking overseas at something. But yes, other teams do scout overseas. But the whole thing with Pissott is, like, you've got dumbasses online who are basically trying to dunk on a rookie and are hate watching a rookie because the Fever got rid of her and everyone was thinking that was such a bad decision. The problem isn't the now. Like, Dantas might be a better basketball player than Justine Pissott now, but neither of them are helping the team this year. And this is what people don't understand, is that when you are a fan of a team, you're not a fan of the team for that year. You're looking long term. Like, do you want to be the Phoenix Suns of the WNBA? Or do you actually want to start to look at things long term? Do you want to start to look at situations long term? Do you want to go and try to build a team for the future of Caitlin Clark-Riley at Boston? Or do you want to try to win the championship in 2026, and whatever the fuck happens after 2026, we don't care? Like, and that is the way WNBA teams acted for too long. And there's a reason why the Indiana Fever as an organization was garbage. Like, when you have Tamika Catchings and you still couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything even when you had Tamika Catchings. Like, that is an issue.